to get the job done and say thank you is Dave up there in Wheatfield. Dave and Shannon come by up at Portland and this scratch pad. And thank you, Dave. Was in a gift box. Thank you. The red grit, I think is used the most, but I'm gonna set these aside and get on with it. But I'll show you what I'm going to do. Just oh yeah, that's gonna be slick right there. That's that gray. That finish on them right there. Just a little test section. It sands really good. The red color. Well, it's going to be slick right there. The whole thing's going to be slick. So let's get on with that. And I'm going to paint it a dark smoke gray, I believe it is. And I wanted this dark underbase on this here to darken the color a little bit as compared to putting it on a light gray primer base, as to brighten up the color. That's the way it works. This front bolster, after being welded together, becomes one piece unit like that. This style handle bracket has been replaced with the new style, but I got a little bit of grease right there, and I cleaned the paint off top of that pivot plate. That'll be all we'll need right there on that grease on that pivot right there. We got four of them collars for the axle, and 8 that's them special washers for the wheels, and 2 collars for the handle. So put the grease fitting to the inside. If you will open up your cotters a little bit with a spring action like that, then once you get it installed, it's easier to spread it apart because you can get something in there and spread it apart. We'll do that. keeping in mind these have roller bearings. A long roller bearing goes that way. They just have a very little bit of grease in them, just enough to maintain them for this now. So once we get it together, before I move it to the engine, I'll take the grease gun there and I'll fill that, cavity in there up with some grease. It'd be good forever then, I think. Okay, we'll get that woodwork and put on there. That woodwork don't come with the kit, That right there is what you get in the kit. That's all the parts you get right there. Well, once you get it welded together, you'll be ready to put whatever kind of wagon or trot, whatever you're going to put on the top of an engine or saw or something. Just saying. I got them skids bolted on there. And I'll come around and touch all the hardware up. But the handle, being that part, fit on there. Cotters will go there. Plenty of room to clear everything. Now we'll get that engine on there now. We good to go there. may recognize this engine on my YouTube channel here. I'm pretty sure I had this engine in a video where I had painted it with some brass parts on it. It'll have an EK magnet on it in a few days. That's one of them carts right there. If you weld up one of them cart kits, weld it all together, put you some 2x4 skids on there, use the better grade of wood, about 40 inches long. You know, just makes a nice little display piece. And probably some of the subscribers that's been with the channel for since the first day might remember this engine in a video of that early days that I painted this engine about going on 15 years or more. I painted this engine and built these brass parts to go on this engine to accompany the engine I have painted black with the brass on it, often referred to as a Jack Daniels engine. You know, just to play on words, I suspect, but it looks pretty good. This was going to be green label, black label, green label. Been in storage all that amount of time, had some dust on it, you know, wiped it down a little bit there, you know. I'll deal with it tomorrow. A few parts that was under construction and kind of took one of them side trips and worked on something else for a while. And now it's time to drag this one out, and I think we might start this one up. I'm going to need a fuel pump to work on that. Hey, y'all leave a comment now. Right from here in Middle Tennessee. They call me Shop Dog Sam here on YouTube.